So welcome you to electrostatics part 2, and I am continuing from where I left. So we are speaking of the methods of charging something. One is charging by rubbing, that is one substance loses electrons, it becomes positive, the other gains electrons. Now how do you test something which has been charged? So if you bring two positively charged substances together, they will repel. So let us say I rub this rod with a piece of silk, let us say, and then it becomes positively charged, let us suppose, and then I take another rod and I also rub it with the silk like this, it also becomes positively charged. So if you bring them close together, so they will repel, it would be sort of repulsion happening between them. So this is the first process, that is charging by rubbing. Second is charging by conduction, which I wrote previously also, you can see in the previous video. Charging by conduction. Now conduction means actual contact, it means actual contact. Now it is, let us say for example, like this is some rod which contains some amount of positive charges, and then this is a metallic sphere, let us say, placed on a wooden stand, and then you bring it in contact with this. Okay. So if it is metallic rod, then it's very easy. Metallic rod with some handle, let us say, connect it with this rod with this piece of sphere, and let us say the sphere is uncharged. Now in some time I will tell you about potential and potential difference. Now obviously, like these two substances will have different potentials. So as soon as you touch them, because of this potential difference, there is a flow of charge. So some charge, let us say, because this is positive, so it is possible that it may transfer some of its positive charge to this sphere, and then this will become positively charged. Now you will question me that how can we transfer positive charge, because I already said that if you have positive charge, it means लैक ऑफ नेगेटिव चार्ज. जब नेगेटिव चार्ज कम हो जाता है तब पॉजिटिव चार्ज आता है. तो पॉजिटिव चार्ज एक्चुअली डजंट ट्रांसफर. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, एक्चुअल हैपनिंग इज दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे मूव फ्रॉम दिस सब्सटेंस टू दिस सब्सटेंस. सो दे, व्हेन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स गो फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, then this charge, some of this charge becomes neutralized, it becomes less, and this substance becomes positively charged. So when you bring something in actual contact, you can say there is a direct transfer of charge. But for this, the two objects must be conducting, that is the having the ability to lose and receive charges. So it's a good way of charging for conducting bodies in particular. So charging by conduction. Now in conduction itself, like suppose I have once again this kind of metallic rod tied to a wooden stand, and let us say it has some amount of negative charge, and I again bring it closer. I am bringing it, I am not touching it, but I am bringing it closer. Now what happens by this proximity, like now we know this negative charge repels negative charge. Now previously I brought positive charge, so it attracted negative charge, and because there was a contact, so some of that negative charge flew into the rod because of the potential difference. Now what is happening is I am bringing this negative charge near to this, so what will it do? It will repel some amount of negative charge. So this is let us say a wooden rod or a base which is non-conducting. And why I am doing it? Because I don't want it to be in contact with the earth, because earth is a conductor. So what I am doing here is I bring it closer to this, so it will repel electrons. So something like this will happen. Like I am talking of the effect. Actually it happens molecularly, molecule to molecule transmission, but the resultant is this side becomes negatively charged because it has repelled electron, this side becomes positively charged. Actually something else happens, because what happens is these electrons, they are repelling electrons, so the electrons are free in conductors, so there is a molecular to molecular jump, because if let us say this electron is repelled from here, so it goes to the next electron, then from next to next, next to next, next to next, and ultimately we can simply say that half of this or a part of this becomes negatively charged, a part of this becomes positively charged. But this substance on the whole is not still charged. Why? Because it is connected to a wooden stand and I am not actually touching it, so there is no flow of charge. So as soon as you remove it, it will again become the same. It will again become the same as soon as you remove it. जैसे ही इसको हम remove कर देंगे, so it will become like positive, negative, 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 positive, positive, negative. So there will no longer be a separation of charges. So for charging to happening, because this is repelling, so there should be like continuous, like because this is repelling electrons from here, so electrons should regularly from atom to atom, there should be a actual transference. So this electron is repelled from here, and then on repelling, like this becomes positively charged. So positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So this side becomes negative, this side becomes positive. But still, as soon as you remove it, it will again, there would be a rebalancing and the charge will be lost. So this is not a permanent way of charging. Remember, by induction you can temporarily charge one substance so that one side becomes negative, the other becomes positive. Now suppose if you want to actually charge it, then what you should do is you should connect it to earth. Now suppose we do earthing of this conductor. Now what happens is, by earthing, these electrons which have gathered over here, then they flow to the earth. So this negative charge, it flows down to the earth, like when you connect it to earth. This is the symbol of earthing. This is the symbol of earthing. So as soon as you earth it, this negative charge will flow to the earth. Now when you remove this, what will happen? This whole of this will become, that is when you remove after earthing this, then what will happen? So ये negative charge आपका पृथ्वी में चला गया, it has moved to the ground, and this sphere, if you remove it after earthing, this will become positively charged. So you brought a negative substance close to it and you charged it positively. So there is a difference between induction and conduction. In induction, when you are charging it, then this charge that you have finally on this is opposite to this, because it attracted positive charge, repelled negative, and on earthing the other side, this negative charge goes to the ground. So on removing this, after it is gone, let us say, it is left with positive charge, and as you remove it, this positive charge, it spreads throughout and this sphere becomes positively charged. So by induction also you can charge, but when you charge by conduction, then if it is negative, then it will make it negative. If it is induction, then if it is negative, it will make it positive. So this also particularly will do good in case of conductors. So we can charge something by actual contact, we can charge something by rubbing, or we can charge something by bringing in contact and then earthing that substance. So these are the different ways to charge something. In liquids, we can also have transfer of ions, so positive ions, negative ions that you read in chemistry. So from one, let us say, bowl or a beaker, you can transfer some positive ions to some other beaker containing some liquid. It will become positive or negative depending upon whether they are cations or anions. So these are the ways of charging something. Now this is about the property of charge, that is conservation of charge and quantization, and also the process of charging at what charges. So I told you that the charge on a substance is quantized. So for example, somebody asks you, there is a charge of, let us say, minus this much coulomb on a substance, 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 20 coulomb. A substance has this charge. Now is it possible or not possible? So you will be confused. You will think, yeah, it's possible. You will say any charge is possible, but no. Why? This is not possible. My answer is, this charge is not possible on a substance. Now what is the reason? If you look carefully, this charge is less than electronic charge. It is E by 10, because E is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19, और उसको भी हमने 10 से divide किया है. So this charge is E by 10. Now I told you that I cannot have a charge less than E, and it is less than E. It is 1/10 of E, so this is not possible. Okay, so when you deal with the properties in competitive fashion, then sometimes you make mistakes in questions. For example, they may ask you, there is a sentence which often comes: the total number of charged particles in an isolated system is conserved. And many students will immediately say, yes, this is right. The total number of charged particles in an isolated system is conserved. You can rewind it and write it, what I am saying. The total number of charged particles. I am talking of total number of charged particles in an isolated system is conserved. So you think this is conservation of charge, so you say it's right. But actually it is wrong. Look carefully, it is saying number of charged particles. Now suppose there is a neutral atom and you remove an electron from this. So I get an electron and a positive ion. You understand this? I get an electron and a positive ion. This is a positive matter, piece of matter, this is negative. So when there was one atom, it was neutral. When there was one atom, it was neutral. So if somebody asks you, how many charged particles are there? You will say, no charged particle, because this is neutral. Now this breaks into two pieces. One is negatively charged, another one is positively charged. So this is also charged, this is also charged. Now their total charge is 0, I agree, but this is charged, negatively charged, this is positively charged. So if you add plus q and minus q, total charge is 0. But this is a charged particle, this is a charged particle also, plus q and minus q. So one charged particle and another charged particle. So if a neutral atom, let us say neutral atom, it breaks into two pieces. The first one is negatively charged, and second particle is positively charged. I am repeating what I am saying. A neutral atom breaks into two pieces. One is negatively charged, another one is positively charged. So this neutral atom was an uncharged particle, and now I have two charged particles. This is charged, this is charged. So this is not conserved. Total number of charged particles is not conserved. Then you will say, what is the law of conservation of charge? Law of conservation of charge says the total charge of an isolated system remains conserved. तो आप कहेंगे फिर ये तो गलत हो गया. नहीं, गलत नहीं हुआ. देखिए ध्यान से, यहाँ पे न्यूट्रल एटम था, इसके ऊपर कितना चार्ज था? न्यूट्रल एटम मीन्स 0 चार्ज. नाउ this is one charge plus q, another charge is minus q. Plus q minus q is 0. So here also total charge was 0, and right hand side also total charge is 0. So conservation of charge hold goods. यहाँ पे left hand side there is no charge, right hand side there is no charge. But by number of particles the conservation is not valid. There was no charged particles and now two charged particles. So number conservation is not there. Conservation of charge is there. So I think you have understood what I am trying to tell you, or you can rewind it and see again and again what I am saying. I am saying total number of charged particles in a system is not conserved. I may have right now no charged particles and it may break into 1000 charged particles, 1000 of charged particles. So total charge will remain the same. So suppose electron, proton, electron, proton, electron, proton, the total charge remains 0. But electron is a charged particle, proton is also a charged particle. Okay, so these two charged particles, they are new. So two charged particles are created out of one. So number of charged particles is not conserved, but total number of charge in an isolated system is conserved. So quantization of charge, conservation of charge. Now I ask you another small question before finishing this video. What is the sure test of electrification? Now I am taking this theory into competitive level a little bit. Problems we will solve separately. So I will send you, the students who are watching these videos, you can subscribe it, please. So when you subscribe it, you will get the new videos automatically, all of you who are watching. And please share it also, because this is free and it can help many students. It can help many students. You need not pay for this, you are not paying, but you can share it. So all electrostatics, all my knowledge I am putting in these videos. Now the question is, what is the sure test of electrification? Is it repulsion or attraction? So my question is, suppose this is I don't know whether this is charged or this is charged. These are two substances. Now suppose I bring them together and they repel, and I bring them closer and they attract. So if they are attracted, can I be sure that this is charged or this is charged or both are charged? Or is it possible that this is charged and this is uncharged, neutral? So what is the sure test of electrification? So I am writing on board, repulsion is a sure test of electrification. You will be very surprised. You will ask, why not attraction? The reason is like this. Just I talked about induction. Now suppose this is some object which is positively charged and this is an uncharged substance. But I know that if there is a polarization, new word I am talking, polarization means separation of charge is possible in this. So what will happen is, here this side will become slightly negatively charged, and so negative, positive, negative, positive. It would be like negative attracted to this. So negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. This side will become positively charged because electron has moved here, so it becomes positive. Then, so positive, negative, positive, negative. So electrons are attracted to this side, this one, and this side only positive charges are left. Now positive charge is shifted to the right, you can say very simply, and negative charge to the left. Now this is negative, which is closer to the positive charge, which is closer. So this repels this but attracts this, but because these two are very near, so there will be an attraction and they will be attracted to this. So by induction, this negative charge, which is now nearer to this positive charge, is attracted to this particular positive substance. This happens when you rub this thing, then this becomes, you might have heard of this experiment, like that is when you rub it, let us say, rub it, and then when you bring it closer, so we find that it sticks to this piece of paper. Sometimes in some season it may not happen, but you can try with plastic scale, and then when you bring it nearer, then you see that you can see it lifting, maybe not visible from here. So but you just try this experiment, you rub it, a plastic comb, continuously into your hair, and bring it to the near to the pieces of paper. So you will find that, in particularly like if you are standing with rubber slippers on, then when you bring it nearer to the pieces of paper, you will find that this piece of paper is attracted, just it lifts up. With scale it happens very easily. So why is it attracted? Because paper is neutral but this is charged. So by induction this induces opposite charge near to this, and then when these opposite charges are near, then those substances are attracted. So this was charged but this was uncharged. So charged substance can also attract an uncharged substance by induction. So I cannot say if these two substances are attracted, which one is charged. Either one is charged or both are charged. So an uncharged, I am talking of substance. A charged substance can attract an uncharged substance. Then you will ask me, sir, then it may happen in repulsion also. No. Because when there is an induction, always the opposite charge comes near. That is, if it is positive, then negative will come near to this. If it is negative, then positive will come near to this. It is never possible that positive charge may induce positive charge near to this. It is never possible that positive charge may induce a positive charge near to this. Because for repulsion, it should be positive near to positive or negative near to negative. Now you cannot induce same charge near to this charge. Suppose this is positive, so you can never induce positive charge here. You will always induce negative charge. So if two substances are repelling, then it means that this is also charged, this is also charged, because positive charge can attract another substance by induction, but it cannot repel another substance by induction. Repulsion is only possible if there is some positive charge on this and this is also positive charge. So I will say that repulsion is a sure test of electrification. So if two objects are repelling each other, know that both of them are charged. If two substances are attracting each other, then one may be charged, one may be uncharged also. So it's not necessary that both of them are charged. बोथ ऑफ देम मे बी चार्ज ऑल्सो, हो भी सकते हैं या नहीं भी हो सकते, हम श्योर नहीं हो सकते, बट रिपल्शन के केस में हम श्योर हो सकते हैं. सो दीज बेसिक प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ चार्ज आर वेरी एसेंशियल फॉर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स ऑल्सो. वी कैन हैव अ नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड ऑन दीज. यू कैन ट्राई फ्रॉम योर बुक्स. H.C. Verma is a very good book in physics, so, and also like other textbooks also you can see small competitive PYQs. So I'm stopping this video here. Next video I'll talk about the basic law of electrostatics, that is Coulomb's law and its formula. It's very simple, but we'll speak of it in the next lecture. So thank you very much, and watch the third video also. All the series, when you start watching a series, just watch it to the very end. So when we solve problems, it will be very easy for you to connect to these lectures. Thank you very much.